Hello there, this is DBT and this Art of Runes. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 9, and today I'll be driving my Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spyder in multiplayer to determine how much will I hate myself. Yeah, I'm gonna be straight with you. I hate this car. But alright, I'm gonna be playing with this car in multiplayer to see how far it takes me, and I'm gonna be playing in Classic Series. Now, the series is about to end in about 2 days and some hours, and I'm somewhere high in the Gold League, so it shouldn't take too long to get into Platinum League, because that's what I want really to be driving this car. I know that this car alone can carry me no problem through the Gold League, so the real question is, how far into the next league can it take me? Now, I do have the car straight up at Gold. And, well, let's have a quick look at the stats again. At Gold means that I have everything fully upgraded. The top speed of 344 for Class B, it's, I would say, average. No, nothing especially amazing, but not terrible either. For acceleration of 8431, it actually feels like it's even higher than that. But either way, the acceleration on this thing is really, really good. For the handling, it's on the high-ish side, though I gotta say that it kind of feels like the handling, it's worse than what this number says, but hey, who knows. And then for the nitro, we have really good nitro with 82.43. So this is as good as this car gets, and oh boy, let's get to it, Jesus Christ. Now, if you enjoy my content, why don't you hit the like button on this video? It helps the channel, it helps with the discoverability, so go ahead, do that, and subscribe if you really like my stuff. And then there's also the option to support me directly with the membership. Information is by the join button. Alright, so what is my beef with this car? It's an incredibly spam car, and, well, that and the fact that, visually speaking, I don't love this car, but I'll get to that later. For now, let's focus on what is the deal with this car in general. If you have played... Oh, why did I do another spin? I didn't mean to do that, but okay. If you have played at any moment in Gold League, I'm sure that every single session that you play, you're gonna find this car in one or more races, because this car is extremely overused. But there's a reason for that, because it's a really good car, and I hate to admit it, because that is the reason that I dislike it. Not because it's a good car, but because of how spammed it is. This has such a negative, what would you say, reputation, similar to that of the Chevrolet Corvette Grand Sport, and in Class A, the Vanda Dendrobium, or whatever that thing is called. Alright, I got a first place, 41 points, Jesus Christ, alright. I did beat a whole bunch of other Huracans and the Corvette that I was just mentioning, McLaren 600 LT and an Aventador J. Oh, that was already a Class A car, but yeah. Let's just keep going, Jesus. Now, if you've watched my channel for a decent amount of time, you may be aware that I'm a massive Lambo fanboy. And you might be thinking, DBT, if you like Lambo so much, why do you hate this car? It's a Lambo, shouldn't you be loving it? Look, as conceptually speaking, because it's a Lambo, yeah, sure, I like it. But again, is this overuse of the car that bothers me? And as I said that, by the way, in this race, there's like 6 Corvette Grand Sport, so I think you see what I was saying about the overused cars. But listen, as much as I hate that, the reality is that I 100% understand why people do it. And that is because this car, along with the... But let's not focus too much on the Grand Sport. We're really talking about this one. It's a really easy car to get. Now, that's not to say that it's a quick car to get. It's gonna take a while for you to acquire this car if you are new to the game. Or not necessarily new, but you know, if you've been playing for some amount of months, you might be looking at this car and being like, oh my god, what do you mean it's an easy car to get? It's so far away, I haven't reached the necessary garage level, or, you know, I don't have the cars that I need on the Starway or any of that. Yeah, it may look like it's a long way away, but like with much in this game, it's all about patience. And so long as you're patient enough, you're absolutely 100% going to unlock and gold this car, because this is a car that you get through the Legend store. That is to say that eventually, once you reach the appropriate garage levels, you're gonna be able to buy blueprints for this car for tokens, don't do it, or for credits, do it, and eventually also getting the epics from the Legend store. And guess what? Over time, you're gonna get this car full golden, and that's another first place for the spammy car. Yay! Look at that, I already made it into platinum. Yeah, it wasn't a question of if I was going to. The question just was when. And look at that! Jesus Christ, so many Corvettes. And there was an Apollo N. I'm actually surprised that the Apollo N didn't get a better result, because this track in particular that we just did is very much top speed oriented. But hey, it's fine. Oh boy, here we go with Tuscany. I'm gonna lose this race, I tell you. But I recently made a video precisely with the car hunt, related to the car hunt that just happened whenever this video is released, maybe, whatever. There was recently a car hunt for the Apex AP0, and I was talking about how that car is really, really strong. And someone mentioned like, yeah, but there's a Huracan, which is a better car, and it's easier to get, which is true. So yeah, no complaints about that. Mostly, I just prefer to drive anything but this, again, because it's so spam. But like I said, the reason why it's so spam is because it's just that good. With this level of acceleration plus that level of nitro, this thing is set to do amazing. And yeah, the top speed may not be the most amazing thing out there, but in a lot of tracks you don't need the top speed so long as you have the acceleration, and that is precisely why this car excels at it. Really great acceleration, really great nitro. Guess what? You get ahead and you stay ahead so long as you're able to recover your speed, which is why the acceleration is such a big deal. So this car is fantastic in that regard, that's why it's so used, and that's why I wanted to record this so that I would get quickly into the Platinum League. Because even in Platinum League, you're still going to be finding a lot of this car because, yeah, it's not as fast as a class. Yeah, I didn't go for either of those ramps because I hate them and they make me crash over them. Even though this is a Class B car, it can easily compete against a lot of Class A. Now, if you happen to land, that's another first place, yay. If you happen to land in a track that is top speed oriented with a lot of top speed cars, then yeah, this car is gonna lose. Likely. It might still get a good result. Look at this. Grand Sport, Huracan, 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 𝐵𝐴𝐻 𝐿𝐼𝐻. See what I'm saying about the spam of this car? I feel so dirty doing this. Okay, now we got something completely different. Now I got a lot of the Vandas, the car that I was talking about earlier that is like the Huracan but of Class A. So yeah, there's that. And no more Huracans other than mine, so yes, there you go. But yeah, overall, this car, being able to get in that way, and then you can also get this car through the Star Way, which, again, you do need certain amount of cars, but they're generally easy cars to get in the game. So long as you've played for a decent amount of time, you have those cars that are required for the Star Way of this car, and that will only take this car in the Star Way up to 4 out of 5 stars. But again, 4 out of 5 stars with this car is still gonna be very damn useful. Obviously, nowhere near as useful as it's at 5 stars or at Gold, and that dude was just pushing me so much. I'm fine. But still, Star Way really helps you out in that regard. So overall, this car is just very, very easy to get. Are you kidding me? Alright, that's fine. And really easy to get, really powerful. Well, of course everybody's gonna be using it. And that is why it's a spam. That is why the Corvette Grand Sport is also spam, because it's another car that is very good, that is very easy to get. And that is the point that whoever said it in the video of the Apex AP0 was making, that this car is easy to get. So in a way you could say that it's better. Though, I'm gonna say that the drift of this car is not amazing. Now, it's not bad, but overall it does feel like a less agile car than something like the Apex AP0. But this is faster, this has better nitro, much better acceleration. So in many ways, this is objectively a superior car. Still, the Apex is kind of very fun to drive. So it's, you know, and honestly, if you don't have the garage to acquire this car just yet, and there was a hunt for the Apex, then it's a great thing to go for the Apex. I think you get what I'm saying. Oh crap, I didn't see who beat me, but I mean, I ended 6th place, so yeah. Ooh, no, 24,000, no. I have to watch ads with enough of this. Because again, we have reached this unfortunate moment when I'm out of nitro, and what do I have to do? Watch ads. 5 ads later. Alright, so, yes, I'm gonna pay the tokens, just be done with it. Yeah, 5 ads was enough. I did get 4 long ads and a short one, so that's kind of neat. But what I do want to show you is the fact that this car does have a lot of color options, which is something that I really like. You know, in general for cars, not just about this one particular car. But I love having a bunch of options, so that's kind of neat. I think I'm gonna go for an orange. Normally I leave orange for last, but hey, let's try it like this. But something else that is really fun or cool about this car is the fact that it has body parts. You can apply quote-unquote, well, not quote-unquote, but a body kit. So for example, over here, we can put this, we can put that. Now I only have this one. So overall, you can put a whole bunch of things, so you can make the car look like, make the car look from this to this. Now granted, this is not the only combination that you can do, this is just the parts that I have, because I don't have every single body kit part in the car. But yeah, it's kind of cool, at least you can add a wing and all of that stuff, so that improves a little bit the look of the car, and maybe the performance, no it doesn't, but still. So anyway, leaving aside my hatred for the spamminess of this car and whatnot, the reason why I also don't like this car, and this is just more a me thing than the game thing, it's because of the actual shape of the car, and that's not because of the game, but rather because of how Lamborghini designed this car. And the fact that this is a convertible, so in order to accommodate the convertibleness of it, meaning all of the stuff, all the mechanical parts for the convertible nature of the car to hide the roof, the soft roof and whatnot, it changes the shape of the engine cover, and I don't find it particularly attractive the way that they did it. I, for example, don't mind too much. In general, I love coupes. That is my thing, right? I love coupes. But when it comes to cars without a roof, I like Roadsters outright too, or Targa roof, where they're removable, you know, but you can have them, and you know, hard Targa roofs and whatnot. This particular thing with the convertibles, because they have to accommodate all of the space, or rather set the space to put the roof away and all of that, it changes the shape of the engine cover. So I'm gonna show it to you once I finish this race, because otherwise I find it difficult to explain. But in general, it's just that I don't love the way that this car's back look because of that. So obviously right now I just applied the body kit. I should have shown you this before I put the body kit on, but still, that doesn't hide what I'm trying to talk about. I just wanted to finish this race in another first place, baby. Don't get me wrong, there were a lot of Class B cars. Again, over here, what did I race this time? Huracan, Grand Sport, there's a 570S, Aventador J, 600LT, and another Grand Sport. All right, so this is what I'm saying about the car. Yeah, there we go. This part right here, this part that I'm circling with the map. You know what? I could probably pause it and it would be even easier to do, wouldn't it? Come on, give me a good angle. No, that's a terrible angle. Do I have free camera this time? No, I don't. Great, this isn't working as I wanted. I guess it's easier if I just show it to you here. But basically what I don't like about this car is precisely this whole section right here, the one that I'm circling, because that is precisely what has to move in order to hide. In fact, we can look at the animation over here. If we click on this, then you see all of this moving, and then you see how it puts away and all of that stuff. So that is why I don't love the way that this car looks in terms of that. Normally you would expect the engine cover to go all the way over here, and it gives it a certain look. Over here it looks too pushed to the rear side. It looks weird. So that is basically why I don't like this particular car in terms of the looks. So yeah, there you go. I know it's a nitpick, but hey, what can I say? I'm nitpicky when it comes to the cars that I like. But yeah, overall that is why I have issues with it. Just it's spam, and visually speaking, it's not my favorite Lambo. Well, it doesn't need to be my favorite Lambo, but for example, if you look at the Huracan Evo, not the Spyder, but just the regular. Oh god! Do I justify myself on that one or not? Yeah, I'll do it. So, quickly, I play on an emulator, and the emulator, no matter how much RAM I assign to it, how many cores I give to it, it still has some hiccups as I'm playing. And for some reason, in this particular track, on that turn where I crash, it tends to have a hiccup, which means a massive loss of frame rate. And that makes it so that see, you saw that slowdown, right? That's a lot of frames drop. In that particular turn where I crashed, as I am drifting to do it, it doesn't quite register it because of the frame drops and whatnot, and ends up being a terrible drift, and oftentimes I crash because of it. So, yay! But anyway, what was I saying before that? Oh yeah, that if you look at the regular Huracan Evo, not the Spyder, but the regular one, I think it looks beautiful. It's a fantastic looking car. Why? Because the back of the car looks, well, like a Huracan. And this looks like a mangled Huracan. That's why I'm like, okay, so what happened here? Despite of the crash, I mean, aside of the crash, Glickenhaus remake concept one, alright, strong cars, Grand Sport, Huracan, Grand Sport, and a Citroen GT by Citroen. Alright, neat, I guess. And just for the sake of not letting it without actually showing to you, this is the Huracan Evo, the coupe version. So look at how the back looks like a regular Huracan, and I think it looks super dope. It looks great. It's just, again, the Huracan Evo with the convertibleness of it, in my opinion, doesn't look nearly as good as the coupe does. So there you go. That is my thoughts on the look of the car. But overall, again, just trying to close my thoughts over here, this is a fantastic car. And again, it's shown simply by how much it's used and how much it's even used outside of its own league. Over here, I've been doing a lot of races by now in Platinum League. And granted, to be fair, I am playing towards the end of the season, so a lot of the more skilled players are already since quite a few days ago, in higher leagues. So right now I'm facing the people who are having some troubles maybe ranking up. But overall, I think it's still worth mentioning this whole thing where this car, regardless of at which point you're playing with it, you're still gonna get some amazing results in Class B and in Class A, or rather in Platinum League. This car, I've seen it again and again, can carry you all the way to Legend League. Now, don't try to use this on Legend League because at that point, this car is extremely underpowered. But still, it can serve you very, very, very well in Gold and Platinum League. It's a great car. Some people actually do like how it looks, so hey, whatever, it's fine. They don't know what they're talking about, but then I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. But seriously, fantastic car in terms of performance. I just don't like using it. I have so many other cars in Class B that I would rather use simply because they're less used than this. I'm the type of person who likes to go a bit against the grain, and I understand that this car is great and all of that, but I don't need a great car. What I need is a car that I want to drive. And for example, if I want to drive a really good car in Class B, that it's a Lambo, then for example I would bring my Revuelto, or I would bring my Invencible, I would bring my SCV12, I will bring my... and maybe the SCV12 and the SC63 are not as good as this car, and they're not. But they're still good cars nonetheless, and I would rather drive that than to continue driving the spammy car, because everybody loves to drive the spammy car, and I'm sick of seeing the spammy car all day long. Alright, Vida Juara VC to Huracan Evo's VLF, SLR McLaren, that's rare to see, an Avantage GT12, alright, cool, I guess. Okay, now we got a relatively top speed oriented track, so let's see what we can do over here. But man, what can I tell you? I think I've said it all. I don't want to continue complaining about the same thing over and over, even though I've been doing the exact same thing for the entirety of this video. But yeah, I mean, you've seen the car so many times, you're probably kind of sick of seeing the car, or maybe you're thinking like, oh my god, I actually want... You know what? Why don't you let me know in the comments? If you have this car already, do you use it often? And if you don't have this car yet, are you looking forward to unlock it because you've seen it so much and you think that it's a good car? Or if you are someone like me who's like, oh, I hate how spam this car, I'd rather drive something else, also let me know. I'm really curious to see what are your thoughts on this type of cars that are super spammed. And like I said, I'm not blaming anybody for spamming this car. I understand, especially in a game like this, where, you know, there's so many massive pay-to-win elements and whatnot. The fact that it's such a car, such a powerful car, it's completely free to play. It's a huge W for the players, so I'm not complaining about that. I'm just personally sick of seeing the same car over and over, but that is, you know, just my personal preference on how I like doing things when I'm playing racing games, or rather, any game, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. I have really mixed feelings about this fantastic car, and because of that, I hate it. That's another W, man. Probably this is one of the videos in which I've gotten the most W's. What was I racing against? Vanda, Huracan, Huayra, Huracan, and Aventador J. So yeah, I think the point has been proven, the fact that you're going to be seeing a ton of these cars, no matter if you're playing either on Gold or Platinum League, but it's fine. Once again, if you like my content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you would like to support me, do consider joining the memberships. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.